they're not really going to answer, probably. Probably a taxi service wouldn't hurt either. Or, like, figuring out a public...
Take us to Dallas.
or a public bus transit, something like that. Whatever.
Should've stole a car.
You want me to go steal a car? I'm sure there's plenty in the parking lot.
There are cars around.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Can you drive stick? I can't.
Let's say vehicle is a skill, and I've got
Uh-huh.
7. I wonder if that means I can drive stick or not. If it just takes a check or not. I'm not sure.
I would probably say it would take a check.
Are we assuming it's stick because you said so? Or are they all sticks?
Well, it is in the 60s, so...
Automatic transmission wasn't as common. I think it was. I think they had them back then, but it was definitely more commonly stick. I don't really know when it kind of started becoming automatic. I feel like in the 70s or 80s it was starting to become automatic, though. Because I remember a lot of old cars being like, and at least from the 70s, because that's when a lot of my relatives had their cars. They were all sticks, so.
So it was first introduced in 1939. When did they become common?
Yeah, I've looked into like how automatic transmissions work, and it'll blow your brain up.
Okay.
So it was introduced in 1961 to Hillman Mink's mid-sized car. Through the 70s, using manual operation.
Yeah,
Sounds like
it didn't start becoming like relatively common until about the 80s.
Okay,
So,
so it's most likely going to be a stick shift.
Yeah.
then.
Oh, yeah.
Like personally, I can drive a stick shift. I can't say Simone does.
Yeah, I would say that would be a check for it.
But I guess first we would decide if we're gonna. Are we stealing a car? Is that what?
Well, here's the thing. Before we start jumping into stealing vehicles, where are we going?
Dallas, Texas.
Okay. Well, I guess it's always where we got to start anyway. Did we find? Yeah, we are. That's it. Okay. Never mind me. Well.
Damn it.
What?
We should have spent more time Googling. Because, what are the odds there's maybe, like, a sports game or a horse race going on that we could, like, easily get enough money to do whatever we need to do this week?
Set it up an account in our name and just let it build on interest for, like, decades.
Secretly in the background, I open up a bank account with $1 in it, yeah.
Compounding interest is going to make this worth billions.
I wonder how much $1 in the 60s would be. It probably wouldn't be much. Like, I feel like the interest wouldn't, even with the interest, it wouldn't add up to much. And the interest is probably lower than the inflation rate.
We can probably just legally compensate a car. I can make up an officer saying the law needs your help. Give me this fucking car.
A female cop.
It'd be a male cop.
Taser.
So the first black family we see. So Sundown County. Get out of Smallville. We're in trouble now. Did you want to use the phone? Is that what you're doing? Or?
I was gonna look at the yellow pages and see if I could see if there's like any public transport or something like that that can actually be utilized, so we don't have to drive for a couple hours.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm sure there's like a train or because there was a train back in the day that went all throughout from California all the way down to like throughout Alabama. It got destroyed in the 90s. I don't even know if it was there at that time though.
I don't know. I would check with the GM. Does he? Would that
Is
be
there
a
any
check of some kind?
Is there any flyers or advertisements or brochures that indicate like travel, bus, train?
I mean, there's trains and buses.
Yes, there are.
Those are the advertisements.
And are they in this location? Do they have like a schedule, a location, anything like that?
Smallville have
A number to call for those and for that information?
Yeah, I guess so. There's there's a he's got some brochures next to like where he keeps the newspapers and some magazines and stuff. One of them is just a bus timetable for the town.
See how much it costs. Realize, why the fuck am I doing this when I could just steal a car?
Derek's probably just outside keeping an eye on things, and then Robin runs out. All right, I figured out what we're gonna do. Okay, great. What is it? And we start to
Punches a window open, stealing a car.
Did we decide if they sell liquor here?
I'll assume yes.
I spend some of my 60s money on liquor.
What a statement.
All right.
Well, I guess since he's not going to be the one driving, I guess that works fine.
It's about my one option. It's
This is the one way I will be the most of use.
Okay, I'm gonna go. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go in the bathroom and change my appearance to look like some blonde generic woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we do it like let's try to make sure the cashier doesn't see you walk into the bathroom and then turn out and walk out as a different person. Or is this a multiple person bathroom?
I don't know. What kind of is this bathroom inside or outside? I don't know.
It could be a bathroom on the outside of the.
Could be in there for a little bit, just come out later and may not notice. People don't notice these things. I don't pay attention to who's going in and out of the bathroom. I will, the only time I've ever paid attention to somebody's in a bathroom for a long time was probably like 4 hours. It was some homeless dude smoking weed in there. Kicked him out.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of homeless people go and do heroin in little like single person bathrooms and stay in there for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get really angry when somebody knocks on the door. And then if they see a badge, they try to sprint, but they're not very good at it, so they fall down a lot.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of that at work. That's right, buddy.
Anyway, I do that, and then I just start soliciting for sex, whoever's around. Asking, hey, get to know and see if they want to have a good time for like $20. Anyone in the convenience store meeting that criteria? Anyone male?
I have $20 to 60s money.
Do you have a car?
Funny you should say that. We just acquired one, apparently.
Wanna bet my grandpa literally lives around here, and he's got like a small shrimping business, because it's not big yet. We could go meet my grandpa.
And then ruin your family empire by stealing his only truck. So he never gets off the ground.
He'll lend me a car. Grandpa always lends me his car. Fine.
Except in this day and age, he ain't a grandpa.
He ain't my grandpa yet.
Then you find out Granny was a real catch at the time. And then we just do Futurama all over again. Where you're your own grandpa. And then your grandmother has actually just been hiring an actor over all the years in order to... Because she can't deal with the fact that... that the woman she had a kid, or that the man that she had a kid with ran out on her, so she just pays all of these men to just pretend to be like your mom's dad.
Derek, what are you doing? Because I'm getting drunk and she's prostituting. Because we're heroes.
Heroes.
So what are you up to?
If it doesn't work, then I'm just gonna go wait for somebody to go get in their car.
If us getting Lee Harvey Oswald a date doesn't work,
Do
we
I
should
still have my
send
gun?
Derek to the book
No.
depository just in case to take the hard way out. I could just murder his ass.
Apparently, I'm guessing that's probably going to be the last resort. Yes.
So we know you guys are gonna kill him then. Good to know.
I guess I go find Derek and be like, wait right here. I'm just gonna wait for somebody to like kind of take their time getting in their car. I don't care if it's an old man either. And the moment he opens the front door, I'm just gonna yank him away from it.
So we are gonna steal a car.
I'm serious. I'm doing this right now. I'm not paying money for a bus.
It's not even your money, and you care so much about not spending it.
I need it for other things, probably. I might need it later.
Okay.
Kind of get out of the fucking car right now.
Oh, wow.
Why wouldn't you become a man for this?
Why do I need to be a man for this?
Because you're in the 60s and nobody will respect you.
She could just be holding
I
a
can
gun.
I can physically yank them out of the car, and there's not much they can do about it unless they're superhuman.
Do you have superhuman human athletics?
I have a 1 in strength, so I do have the above
Slightly
average.
better than average.
And I have 3 in agility, 2 in stamina, 5 in dexterity. But point is isn't superpower people like we have high generating healing factors, stronger and generally better than every single way than most regular humans.
Okay, so you're gonna be like that old woman off of Family Guy where he's gonna punch you in the face repeatedly, and it's just like she just keeps getting up.
I guess, yeah.
She's getting mad.
My intimidation's 8, so I can always just do that. I don't care if they don't respect me. I don't care if they say I'm on my period.
I mean, heck, you've got, with your illusion powers and the fact that you can choose who sees that shit, all you need to do is just wait for someone to go up to their vehicle, up to their car with their keys.
Just put a dog in it.
Make it look like a different car. Or
Do I have to put any effort in this? I can't just yank them out and be like, this is mine now, bye.
I mean, it's an option, but
Sure, I can illusion a man with a gun going over there and saying, drop the fucking keys, get down on the ground, don't say a fucking word. Or I'll blow your brains out or some shit like that. Why not? Or put
Make it a black guy.
or put a panther in there.
Why do you keep going back to this?
Right, Dusty?
I'm trying to use the decade to our advantage. So
It's like as soon as you realize you're in the 60s, all of a sudden you're just like, man, racism's back on the table. I'm in. I am all about this.
Oh my
you know
god.
that's why Captain America went back to dance with Peggy. He just wanted his own water fountain back.
Oh my god.
It's like, I can't believe the fucking government has me working with this. I can't even talk about it anymore because I'm a public figure.
You know, why not just imagine if Raider Dave, 2 vicious dogs with a gun. It is our year!
mm-hmm.
Raider Dave! Yeah, I don't know why every time I get the formula wrong, he comes out.
Yeah, every time you overcook it.
Raider Dave.
So sure, nobody's gonna respect me as a woman unless, I yank him out of the car and scream bloody murder at them. I think they'll
you
pay
could
attention.
try it if you want.
It could just be a really old man that can't do shit.
We had one of those.
Which old man did we have?
Nobody wanted to do this when it was my idea.
Yeah, when the guy from the farm was driving us here, and I continue to say we don't have to just beat this guy over the head and steal his car.
Yeah, we could use illusions.
Okay. Why?
To steal his
Fine.
car.
Pick the easy way. I put a panther in someone's car.
Okay.
That'll terrify him.
It'll make it so where they can't look away.
And they don't see it until they open their car. Let's say I'm paying really close attention to who's opening the car, and then there's a fucking cougar in there.
Can you make those things, can you make it move naturally?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just when you're
It's
trying
just-
to track a person, like when you're putting the image over it.
Yeah, this is just a really fake cat. So it's like anything you'd see at the zoo. It's pacing back and forth in the car. Generic big cat noise from any movie number
Are
two.
there still Tasmanian tigers? Can it be?
There's still Tasmanian tigers.
Are there?
Yeah.
What's the one I'm thinking of that went extinct in a zoo?
The black rhino, the white rhino, I
Like a
don't know.
liger or something. It was some sort of cat.
No, ligers are around. They're an abomination and can't produce. That was
Yeah,
their
they're
attempt to save the
they're
tigers.
sterile.
Hybrids.
Yeah,
Just like mules.
and they have like horrific hormone imbalances. Like they have thyroid problems out the ass. Is why they're so big and.
I'm trying to
fat.
remember what kind of it was a big cat, and they only had like one left in captivity on the planet, and the dude like let the door open and it froze to death overnight. And that's just they were like that's the last time we saw that kind of animal.
I've not heard that one.
Mm-mm.
As soon as you said black rhino, though, I just like my black rhinos are my favorite rhinos, and it's because Chicago has a free zoo, or Illinois has a free zoo.
Not very free then.
Well, it's free for the public. Like anybody can.
Yeah,
like,
but not the animals.
Oh no. And we went, like me and my family were up there, and we came across the free zoo, and we're like, oh cool, let's go. And it was the middle of summer, so it's like 98 degrees out, and we were like, oh man, it's too hot. We found one area that has air conditioning in that zoo, which is like this weird silo building that just has animals on both sides inside, and it's just like squared containers basically with like animals inside. They're not very big, and the rhino who was in there was this black rhino, and he so the wall of their enclosure was the bars, and he was the only one where they had taken like metal barricades and kind of put those out around his wall, look at like 10 feet, so you couldn't get within 10 feet of him. But none of the others had this.
Is this where like he would projectile?
Yes.
This, all right.
Yeah. Because they had warnings of territorial black male rhino will spray all over
You're in the
these
splash
barricades.
zone.
Yeah, and nobody would read it. And I saw that and I was like, I don't trust that. So I like took a few steps back, and then I sat down with my family, and one of the few times we ever bonded was after I was like, maybe we should step back. And then we just watched him turn his ass towards the wall and projectile piss over 12 feet with good aim. And he just nailed this other family.
Wait a minute. You said these barriers were set up at like 10 feet.
Yeah.
Does that mean there's 2 feet of splash zone? That's
He could hit the barrier. No problem. And he was hitting with precision.
so even if you're at the barrier, you're like, I'm good.
That's the thing. The barrier says, don't be here. And then we just sat across the wall, like across the thing from him at a bench, and for like 30 or 40 minutes, just watch people walk up and looking at him, and they're all leaning on the barricades, not looking at any of the signs. And then he would do the same thing where he would go and he'd walk this little circle that he had. And as soon as his ass was pointed towards the bars, just zish, it just nail fuckers. And then he would go right over to the little water trough and start drinking.
Oh my God. And you know, there's that one guy who showed up to the zoo every day.
Oh yeah. And then like what killed it was eventually a small family with like a little toddler who was in a raincoat walked up, and my mom ran up and was like, no, and told and I was just like, what are you doing? Like, they got a little kid. He's in a raincoat already. He's gonna be fine out of everybody.
He knows what he's there for.
And I was so mad just because there was a sign that said that he had already been submitted for a breeding program. So they shipped him off to some other zoo. And the next time I went back to Illinois and I went to that zoo, he wasn't there. And I've yet to find another zoo that has a black rhino that's pissing on dudes from 20 yards away.
I mean, he's got to find his entertainment somehow.
It was the best thing to watch. How often do you get to see people go to a zoo and then kind of get their comeuppance from just like watching animals in cages? And just their screams of like not knowing what to do.
All they had to do was
Read.
pay attention to the signs.
Yeah. It's kind of like those people that try to sue the zoo when they jumped into a tiger enclosure and got mauled, and it's just like, what are you doing? Well, it's their fault because the enclosure's like thing wasn't tall enough. You're the one who jumped the fucking fence. It's not like the tiger came over the fence and got you.
Do you think they still would have shot Harambe if all he did was give that kid a golden shower?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, they would have, because they didn't shoot Harambe because a kid jumped in the enclosure. We all know this. Harambe had dirt on Hillary Clinton that he was planning on releasing.
Harambe shot himself. I saw it.
Hillary put in a call to the suicide hotline because she had to put in an order.